This is Concept T classes, and today we'll deal with the question and answers of Chapter 7, Conservation of Plants and Animals. So in this chapter we saw what is deforestation and how is deforestation caused. Then we saw the consequences or the effects of deforestation. We also studied how we could conserve the forest and wildlife, and in that topic we also learned about the Biosphere Reserve, Wildlife Sanctuary and National Park. Then we learned some of the terms like flora, fauna, species, endemic species, endangered species, and we also studied about the Red Data Book. We saw what is migration and how we could conserve our nature by recycling paper or by reforestation. Now let's go to the exercises. Question number 1. Fill in the blanks. A place where animals are protected in their natural habitat is called as wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries are the areas where wild animals are protected in their natural habitat. B. Species found in a particular area is known as endemic species. They are not found anywhere else. C. Migratory birds, they fly to faraway places because of dash changes. Answer is climatic changes. Birds or animals, they migrate from one place to another in search of food or because of the sudden climatic changes or for breeding purposes. Question number 2. Differentiate between the following. A. Wildlife sanctuary and a biosphere reserve. B. Zoo and a wildlife sanctuary. C. Endangered and extinct species. D. Flora and fauna. Now let's see the differences of the following. So let's see the difference between a wildlife sanctuary and a biosphere reserve. The wildlife sanctuaries are the areas that provide protection and suitable living condition to wild animals. That is, they are the areas where wild animals are protected. Whereas biosphere reserves are the areas meant for the conservation of biodiversity. What do you mean by biodiversity? It is a variety of plants and animals living in an area. And in this biosphere reserves, there are other protected areas and tribals also live in this area. In wildlife sanctuary, the human activities such as grazing by the livestock, collecting medicinal plants, firewood are allowed, but poaching and hunting are prohibited. Whereas in biosphere reserves, as tribals are living in this area, human activities are permitted to a certain level. Example of wildlife sanctuary is Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary in Karnataka and Pachamari Biosphere Reserve. Now let's see the difference between a zoo and a wildlife sanctuary. Zoos are the areas that are artificially made, that is, they are made by humans for the public exhibition of animals, whereas wildlife sanctuaries are the areas where the animals are protected in their natural habitat. A zoo might buy, sell, breed or even trade animals, and they might even capture the animals from the wild, whereas a sanctuary, they do not capture animals from the wild, but they will take care of the animals who can no longer survive in the wild. Example of zoo is Maharaj Bagh Zoo in Maharashtra, and the example of wildlife sanctuary is Bhadra Wildlife Sanctuary in Karnataka. Now let's differentiate between endangered species and extinct species. Endangered species are the species that exist in earth, but they are decreasing to a level that they might face extinction, whereas extinct species are those species that do not exist in the earth. Endangered species, if they are not conserved or protected, they might be extinct, whereas extinct species, they cannot be brought back to the earth. Example of endangered species are tigers, one-horned rhinoceros, whereas the example of extinct species are dinosaurs or dodo. Now this is a Pachamari Biosphere Reserve. Now let's see the difference between flora and fauna. The plants found in a particular area are termed as flora of that area, and the animals found in a particular area are termed as fauna of that area. For example, flora of the Pachamari Biosphere Reserve are sal, teak, wild mango trees, whereas the fauna of Pachamari Biosphere Reserve are bluebell, barking deer, leopard or wild dog. Question number 3. Discuss the effects of deforestation on the following: wild animals, environment, rural areas, urban areas, earth and the next generation. So we have to discuss the effects of each of this following. So first let's see how the deforestation affect wild animals. Deforestation results in the extinction of many plants and animals as forests are the natural habitats of these living organisms. So when these forests are cleared, these natural habitats get destroyed. So with the loss of habitat, the animals will starve to death because of the lack of food, and gradually these animals will become extinct. Now let's see the effect of deforestation in our environment. The deforestation increases the temperature on Earth, resulting in global warming. The deforestation, it affects the environment by increasing the pollution level of Earth. Deforestation results in the decrease of rainfall, and because of less rainfall, the groundwater also gets lowered, resulting in droughts. And deforestation, it causes soil erosion and also decreases the fertility of soil, resulting in desertification. I've explained each of these points in detail in the previous video of this chapter. Please check it before going through these points. Now let's see the effect of deforestation in villages. Deforestation, it causes soil erosion and it also decreases the fertility of soil, which results in the process of desertification. What do you mean by desertification? It is a process of conversion of fertile land into desert. So the villages would not be able to do agriculture in such a land, thereby having a shortage of food. Deforestation, it also leads to a decrease in the water holding capacity of the soil. That is, usually when it rains heavily, the roots of these trees, they hold the water. But because of less number of trees, the water holding capacity of the soil also becomes low, and a lot of rainwater, they move from the soil surface to the nearby rivers, which then overflows to the villages nearby, causing flood damages. Now let's see the effects of deforestation in cities. We know in urban areas there is an increase in fuel consumption. That is, we all use automobiles and there are factories, industries, and here all the fuels are burnt to get energy. And when these fuels are burnt, they release a lot of gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. Plants and trees usually utilizes this carbon dioxide and helps in reducing pollution. But because of deforestation, there will be an increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in the air, thereby increasing the pollution level of Earth. And because of the increase in carbon dioxide, there is an increase in temperature which leads to global warming. Now let's see how Earth is affected by deforestation. Deforestation increases the temperature, resulting in global warming and also causing natural calamities like droughts. Deforestation, it increases the pollution level of the earth. I've explained this in the previous slide. Deforestation, it results in the decrease of rainfall. Deforestation changes the properties of the soil and it also decreases the fertility of the soil, resulting in desertification. Deforestation, it leads to the decrease in water holding capacity of the soil, causing floods. And deforestation finally disturbs the balance of nature. If you want more explanation, please check the previous video of this chapter 7, Conservation of Plants and Animals. Now let's see how the deforestation, it will affect the future generation. The next generation would suffer the consequences of deforestation, such as global warming and many natural calamities like floods and droughts. Deforestation, it results in the decrease of rainfall, hence there would be water scarcity in future. Deforestation, it also decreases the fertility of soil, resulting in desertification, making it hard to do agriculture, hence there will be a shortage of food. Deforestation, it disturbs the balance of nature. That is, these natural habitats of wild animals are being destroyed, thereby there will be a shortage of many forest produce like wood, fuels, medicines, etc. Question number 4. What will happen if A. we go on cutting trees, B. the habitat of an animal is disturbed, C. the top layer of the soil is exposed? Now let's see. Now what will happen if we keep on cutting trees? As we have discussed in the previous questions, there will be an increase in temperature which results in global warming and droughts. There will be an increase in the pollution level of the earth. Deforestation, it results in the decrease of rainfall. Deforestation, it changes the property of soil and it also decreases the fertility of soil, resulting in desertification. Deforestation, it also leads to the decreasing in water holding capacity of the soil, causing flood, and deforestation disturbs the balance of nature. Same answer of the previous question. Now let's see what will happen if the habitat of an animal is disturbed. When the forests are cleared, these natural habitats gets destroyed, and with the loss of habitat, the animals will starve to death, and gradually these animals will become extinct. Some of these animals, they may be forced to move to other places in search of food and shelter, and in this process they might be killed by animals as well as humans. What will happen if the top layer of the soil is exposed? Removal of the top layer of the soil, which is most fertile, it exposes the lower hard and rocky layers. This layer is less humus and is less fertile. Plants do not grow in such type of soil. Therefore, the fertile land, it gradually gets converted into desert, and this process is called as desertification. So if the top layer of the soil is exposed, the land would become less fertile. Question number 5. Answer in brief. A. Why should we conserve biodiversity? B. Why protected forests are not completely safe for wild animals? C. Explain some tribal depend on jungle. D. What are the causes and consequences of deforestation? E. What is Red Data Book? And F. What do you understand by the term migration? Why should we conserve biodiversity? So let's see why. What do you mean by biodiversity? Biodiversity, it refers to the variety of living organisms existing on the earth, their interrelationships and the relationships with the environment. That is, biodiversity is a variety of plants and animals living in an area and their interrelationship between each other. These living organisms, they depend on each other for survival. Hence, if one of them is destroyed, it might affect the other as well. So in order to maintain the balance of nature, biodiversity should be conserved. B. Why are protected forests not completely safe for wild animals? These protected forests, they protect wildlife, plant and animal resources, and there are also people living in areas such as tribals. The people are allowed to do certain activities such as grazing by their livestock, collecting medicinal plants, firewood, etc. Even though hunting and poaching are prohibited, the people living in or nearby the forest kill these wild animals for their own requirements, such as killing them for food, for their skin, for the tusk or other products. So we can say that these protected forests are not completely safe for wild animals. Explain how some tribal depend on the jungle. Tribals depend on the forest for their basic requirements like food, shelter, clothing and even medicine. D. What are the causes and consequences of deforestation? So deforestation is caused both by humans as well as by natural causes. Humans, they cut tree for the purposes like getting land for cultivation, for building houses, factories and for making furnitures or using wood as a fuel, etc. And some of the natural causes of deforestation are forest fires, floods and severe droughts. Now let's see the consequences of deforestation. Deforestation, it increases the temperature which results in global warming. It increases the pollution level of the earth. Deforestation results in the decrease of rainfall. Groundwater also gets lowered because of the less rainfall, which results in droughts. The water holding capacity of the soil is also decreased, causing floods. And deforestation, it causes soil erosion and it also decreases the fertility of the soil, which results in desertification. And deforestation, it disturbs the balance of nature. E. What is Red Data Book? Red Data Book is a source book which keeps a record of all the endangered animals and plants. What are endangered species? Those species that exist in the earth but their numbers are decreasing in such a way that these animals and plants will reach extinction. Red Data Book, it is maintained by an organization called as International Union for Conservation of Natural Resources, IUCN. India also maintains Red Data Book for plants and animals found in India. F. What do you understand by the term migration? Migration is the seasonal movement of birds or animals from one place to another. They migrate to optimize their living conditions by moving to areas which are warmer and have more food. Some animals migrate to breed. So, these birds and animals, they migrate because of the sudden climatic changes or for the search of food or for breeding purposes. Example of migratory birds are the Siberian cranes. They are found in Siberia. When it is very cold in Siberia because of the lack of food, they migrate to India. Question number 6. In order to meet the ever-increasing demand in factories and for shelter, trees are being continually cut. Is it justified to cut trees for such projects? Discuss and prepare a brief report. Is it justified to cut trees? No. Cutting of trees for the increasing demands of humans cannot be justified. Why? Forests are the natural habitats of many plants and animals. So when the forests are cleared, these natural habitats get destroyed. Deforestation, it also results in the increase of pollution level of the earth as well as the increase in temperature, which results in global warming. Deforestation, it results in the decrease of rainfall, creating droughts, and the water holding capacity of the soil is also decreased, causing floods. Deforestation, it causes soil erosion and it also decreases the fertility of soil, which results in desertification. And finally, the deforestation disturbs the balance of nature. Hence, it is not justified to cut trees for the increasing human demands. Question number 7. How can you contribute to the maintenance of green wealth of your locality? Make a list of actions to be taken by you. We can contribute to the maintenance of green wealth by planting more trees, that is reforestation, recycling and reusing paper. We could recycle paper 5 to 6 times. Therefore, we should reuse and recycle paper. And conserving and taking care of the existing trees around us. And finally, by creating awareness of the importance of conservation of these trees to the children and people around us. Question number 8. Explain how deforestation leads to rainfall. Deforestation means the clearing of trees or cutting trees in a forest and using that land for other purposes like agriculture, for buildings or factories, industries, etc. The trees, they contribute a lot to the environment. The root of these trees, they absorb the water from the earth, and this water, it goes back in the air through the process of evaporation. And this water vapor, they causes rain. That is, they form a cloud and they condense and they come back to earth in the form of rain. So if the trees are cut, less water vapor will be evaporated, which results in the decrease of rainfall. Hence, we can say that deforestation, it leads to reduced rainfall. Question number 9. Find out the national parks in your state and identify and show their location on the outline map of India. Students are expected to do the questions on their own for the respective states. This is a map of India which shows about 104 national parks situated in India. Question number 10. Why should paper be saved? Prepare a list of ways by which you can save paper. It takes about 17 full-grown trees to make 1 ton of paper. Therefore, we should save paper, thereby conserving our forest. Some of the ways which we could save paper are by recycling paper. Paper can be recycled 5 to 7 times for use. By properly using paper. That is, when we take a paper, utilize both sides of the paper and don't use paper if it is not required. And creating awareness of saving paper in schools. Question number 11. Complete the word puzzle. So we have a set of definitions and we have to complete this word puzzle. We have 2-3 letters inside the word puzzle as well. Now let's see. Species on the verge of extinction. It is downwards. It is called as endangered species. A book carrying the information about the endangered species is called as the Red Data Book. Consequence of deforestation, it is deserts. Now across. Species which are vanished are called as extinct species. Species only found in a particular habitat are called as endemic species. And the variety of plants, animals and microorganisms found in an area is called as biodiversity. So that's all for the question and answers of Chapter 7, Conservation of Plants and Animals. Tune in soon for the next session. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe if you find the contents useful. Thank you so much. May God bless you all. Take care and bye-bye.